Welcome, dear viewers, to a place where the veil between reality and nightmare wears thin. Welcome to our channel, where we delve into the darkest corners of the world to bring you spine-chilling tales that will leave you breathless. Tonight, we venture deep into the unforgiving embrace of the wilderness, to the unsettling solitude of forgotten forest cabins. We have something truly special for you. 3 eerie legends of haunted forest cabins. Stories whispered around flickering campfires, passed down through generations, each one more unsettling than the last. So dim the lights, let the shadows grow long, and prepare to be terrified. Let the chill creep into your bones, for the woods hold their breath tonight as we begin. Deep in the heart of the Adirondack wilderness, nestled amongst towering pines, sits a dilapidated wooden cabin. Its timber, once a proud testament to man's dominion over nature, is now rotting, consumed by time and neglect. Locals speak of the cabin in hushed tones, warning those drawn to its decaying allure to turn back before it's too late. They call it the Whispering Cabin, a name that sends shivers down the spines of even the most hardened souls. It is said that the cabin holds its breath, trapping within its walls the tormented whispers of the past. Some say it was once the home of a reclusive logger, driven mad by the isolation, who took his own life within those very walls. Others whisper of a family seeking refuge from a world on the brink of war, who met a gruesome end within the cabin's decaying embrace. Whatever the truth may be, one thing remains constant. Those who dare to spend a night within the cabin's decaying walls return forever changed. They speak of disembodied voices that seep from the very walls themselves, whispering their secrets in the dead of night. They tell of cold spots, where the air grows heavy with dread, and shadows dance at the periphery of vision. And then there are the whispers. Whispers that seem to emanate from the very wood of the cabin itself. Imagine, if you will, the sun sinking below the horizon, casting long, grotesque shadows that stretch towards the cabin like grasping claws. The forest grows eerily silent, the only sound the mournful chirping of crickets and the distant howl of a lonely coyote. As darkness envelops the land, you find yourself drawn to the cabin, its silhouette a dark promise against the dying light. You step onto the creaking porch, its wood groaning beneath your weight like a mouth gasping for breath. The air grows heavy, thick with the scent of damp earth and decay. You reach for the rusted doorknob, its cold metal biting into your flesh like a warning. And then you hear it. A whisper, barely audible, slithering through the cracks in the wood. It seems to call your name, beckoning you closer. Curiosity compels you to turn the knob. The door creaks open, revealing a darkness so profound that it seems to consume the light. You step inside, and the door slams shut behind you with a resounding boom that echoes through the empty cabin. You're trapped now, alone in the darkness with the whispers. The air grows colder, biting at your skin like tiny needles. You can feel eyes on you, watching you from the shadows. Our journey into the heart of darkness continues, dear viewers, as we venture deeper into the wilderness. This time our tale takes us to the isolated peaks of the Appalachian Mountains, where shrouded in mist and legend stands a solitary cabin known only as the Phantom's Lair. This is no ordinary cabin, no simple dwelling reclaimed by nature. It is a place where the line between the living and the dead blurs, where the echoes of a tragic past bleed into the present, and where a spectral presence, driven by a thirst for vengeance, roams freely. Locals tell of a man, a recluse driven to madness by the isolation of these ancient mountains. He was a trapper, his name lost to time, but his story etched into the very soul of the land. They say he lived a solitary existence, his only companions the unforgiving wilderness and the ghosts of his own making. One cold winter night, as a blizzard raged, a group of travelers stumbled upon his cabin, their faces pale with frostbite, their eyes wide with desperation. The trapper, his heart hardened by years of solitude, turned them away, refusing them shelter from the storm. That night the wind howled like a banshee, and the temperature plummeted to a deadly chill. The travelers, their pleas for mercy swallowed by the storm, perished in the snow, their bodies buried beneath a blanket of unforgiving white. The trapper, haunted by their cries, by the knowledge of their deaths, was never the same. Some say he went mad, driven to insanity by the guilt that gnawed at his soul. Others whisper that he was cursed by the spirits of those he had condemned to death, their icy vengeance clinging to him like a shroud. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. The trapper met a gruesome end within the confines of his lonely cabin. And ever since, it is said that his tormented spirit, forever bound to the place of his demise, seeks retribution on those foolish enough to cross his path. Now the cabin stands empty, a decaying monument to a tragic past. Its windows, like empty sockets, stare blindly out at the wilderness, and its door creaks open with every gust of wind, as if inviting unsuspecting souls inside. Imagine, if you will, the sun setting, casting long, eerie shadows that stretch across the mountainside, reaching towards the cabin like grasping claws. A thick fog rolls in, blanketing the land in an ethereal mist that obscures the path, blurring the line between the real and the imagined. You're drawn to the cabin, its silhouette a dark promise against the dying light. Perhaps you're a lost hiker, seeking shelter from the encroaching darkness. Or maybe you're drawn to the stories, compelled by that insatiable human hunger for the unknown. Whatever your reasons, you find yourself standing on the cabin's porch, its wood slick with moisture, the air thick with the scent of damp earth and decay. You raise your hand, your knuckles rapping against the weathered wood of the door. Silence. You knock again, louder this time, your heart pounding in your chest. And then you hear it. A faint shuffling sound from within the cabin, followed by the unmistakable groan of floorboards. You step back, your breath catching in your throat, your mind racing. Our final tale tonight, dear viewers, leads us to a place where tranquility once reigned, a place where the whispers of nature were meant to soothe the soul. But now, silence hangs heavy, a suffocating blanket of dread. For this cabin, once a beacon of peace, has become a vessel of something far more sinister. Nestled deep within the Redwood National Park, shrouded by ancient giants, sits a cabin, seemingly frozen in time. The Cursed Retreat, they call it, a name whispered with fear and morbid fascination. Once this cabin was a haven for weary travelers, a place to rest and find solace in nature. Families gathered here, their laughter echoing through the trees, a stark contrast to the darkness that would claim this place. A young couple, deeply in love, stumbled upon the cabin, its charm irresistible. They restored it, transforming it into a sanctuary, a testament to their love. But their happiness was short-lived. One stormy evening, a stranger appeared at their door, his eyes filled with a darkness that chilled them to the core. He sought shelter from the storm, but his arrival heralded something far more sinister. They say he was a practitioner of dark arts, a man who trafficked in shadows. Envious of the couple's happiness, he vowed to claim their sanctuary for his own. That night, as the storm raged, the stranger enacted his twisted ritual. He cursed the very ground upon which the cabin stood, binding it to his own dark fate. The couple fought valiantly, but they were no match for the ancient evil he unleashed. Their love, once the lifeblood of the cabin, became its undoing, their souls forever intertwined with its fate. The stranger vanished into the storm, leaving behind a silence more deafening than the thunder. Now the cabin stands as a monument to his dark legacy, a chilling reminder that even in paradise, evil can take root. Locals whisper of strange occurrences, chilling whispers on the wind and shadows that move with unnatural quickness. Picture yourself venturing deep into the redwood forest, sunlight filtering through the towering trees. You stumble upon the cabin, its rustic charm beckoning you closer. Its porch now creaks ominously beneath the weight of fallen leaves. The windows, once aglow with warmth, now stare back at you, empty and cold. You reach for the doorknob, its metal icy to the touch, sending a shiver down your spine. As you push open the door, the air inside hits you like a wall, heavy with unseen eyes and whispered secrets. Dust motes dance in the slivers of sunlight, illuminating the remnants of a life lived and lost. You explore the cabin, each room echoing with an unnatural silence, the air thick with sorrow and despair. Thank you for joining us on this terrifying journey through the 3 eerie legends of haunted forest cabins. We ventured deep into the shadows tonight, exploring the chilling tales that cling to these isolated retreats, where the line between the real and the supernatural blurs and the darkness whispers our deepest fears. If you enjoyed these stories, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more spine-chilling content, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. We have many more terrifying tales to share, many more journeys into the heart of darkness awaiting us. Until next time, dear viewers, stay safe, keep your lights on, and remember, sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones we create ourselves. Sweet dreams.